Before the Olympic flame is even lit, the world of winter sports has already been shaken. A doping case has emerged ahead of the Winter Olympics in Val di Fiemme, drawing global attention to the fragile balance between performance, ethics, and fair play. This case involves Italian biathlete Rebecca Passler and a banned substance rarely discussed outside medical science. Today, we break down what happened, why it matters, and what it reveals about elite sport, athlete psychology, and the relentless fight against doping. Question and answer section. What happened in the Rebecca Passler doping case? Rebecca Passler, a young Italian biathlete, tested positive for letrozole during an out-of-competition anti-doping control conducted before the Winter Olympics. As a result, she was provisionally suspended, becoming the first athlete linked to a doping case connected to these games. What is letrozole and why is it banned? Letrozole is a prescription medication primarily used to treat hormone-sensitive breast cancer. It belongs to a class of drugs known as aromatase inhibitors. The substance is banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency because it alters hormonal balance and can be used to increase testosterone levels or mask the use of anabolic steroids. Is letrozole a direct performance-enhancing drug? Letrozole does not directly increase speed, strength, or endurance like traditional doping substances. However, by suppressing estrogen production, it can indirectly affect muscle recovery, hormonal stability, and metabolic processes. Its real danger in sport lies in its ability to hide or enhance the effects of other banned substances. How could hormonal manipulation affect a biathlete's performance? Biathlon demands extreme endurance combined with fine motor control and precision shooting. Hormonal changes can influence fatigue resistance, recovery speed, bone density, and muscle repair. Even small hormonal shifts may theoretically affect how an athlete withstands repeated high-intensity efforts across a race weekend. Does letrozole influence shooting accuracy? There is no evidence that letrozole directly improves shooting accuracy. Precision in biathlon is driven by neuromuscular control, breathing regulation, and mental calm. However, altered recovery and fatigue levels could indirectly affect stability and focus under pressure. Why is mental strength so critical in biathlon? Elite biathletes must switch instantly from maximal physical exertion to complete mental stillness. Champions like Quentin Fillon-Maillet and Emilien Jacquelin succeed because of their ability to control breathing, heart rate, and focus within seconds. This mental transition is one of the most demanding skills in winter sports. Can doping replace mental resilience in biathlon? No substance can replace years of psychological conditioning, discipline, and experience. Mental resilience, emotional regulation, and decision-making under pressure remain human skills that doping cannot replicate. This is why clean competition is essential to preserve the true spirit of biathlon. Why does this case matter beyond one athlete? A single doping case affects public trust, team dynamics, and the morale of clean athletes. It also places increased scrutiny on national programs and Olympic organizers, especially when the Games are approaching. How do anti-doping authorities detect substances like letrozole? Modern anti-doping relies on highly sensitive laboratory techniques capable of detecting trace amounts of banned substances. Biological passports monitor long-term physiological patterns, making it harder for athletes to manipulate hormones without detection. What role does Val di Fiemme's history play in public perception? Val di Fiemme has hosted major international events, including past Olympics, some of which were later overshadowed by doping controversies in winter sports. This historical context intensifies attention on any new case, even before competition begins. What happens next for Rebecca Passler? Her case will go through a formal legal and scientific review. Investigators will examine intent, possible contamination, and medical documentation. Without an approved therapeutic use exemption, sanctions may include a multi-year ban, regardless of intent. What does this case reveal about modern Olympic sport? It highlights the constant tension between pushing human limits and protecting ethical boundaries. As science advances, so do methods of cheating, forcing anti-doping systems to evolve continuously. Why protecting clean athletes is essential. Clean athletes invest years of disciplined training and sacrifice. Doping undermines not only fairness but also the emotional and psychological well-being of those who compete honestly. Finally, the Rebecca Passler case reminds us that Olympic sport is not just about medals, records, or national pride. It is about integrity, trust, and respect for the athletes who compete clean. As science, psychology, and performance intersect, the responsibility to protect fair play becomes greater than ever. If you found this breakdown useful and informative, don't forget to share this video, like it to support clean sport education, and subscribe to the channel for more deep, accurate insights into elite athletics and Olympic stories.